Hello and welcome to the final edition of the 2013 football season of This Week in Campbell Football. I'm Chris Haymeyer, joined as always by the head coach of Campbell Football, Mike Minter. And Coach, we'll start with that. First off, boy, it has probably for you been a very long and a very short season. You get a chance now going into your final game of the season to kind of look back on things in the 2013. What sticks out to you?
Man, learning. I think that's the biggest deal. I kind of talked to my coaches this morning. We've learned a lot. I've learned a lot as a head football coach. Now sitting in that seat for a whole year and understanding exactly what I want to attack going into the offseason. And so, man, I'm excited about the offseason because of that reason. I think the other thing is I got a chance to learn how 18 and 22-year-olds react to certain things, how they respond to certain things, and so that was very, very interesting. Also, the other thing that when I look back at this season, that I'm really excited about is the fact of where these guys came from. When I first got here, the mentality of the whole atmosphere of the football team was pretty low, and to try to change that and see that process go on, man, that's been exciting to see, and hopefully we can finish up on a good note.
You mentioned preparing for the offseason, excited about the offseason. Well, the offseason will start this Sunday after your Saturday game at Davidson. Let me in a little bit on what will go on from this Sunday to spring ball.
Yeah, so we'll finish up everything on Sunday, so we'll have our team meeting, close out right there, and just kind of go a recap of what happened in 2013, look at our goals that we had, look at where we finished throughout the country in every category: offense, defense, special teams. And then I will then begin to tell them I need to set up individual meetings with each guy and kind of go over that player's, stuff that he did in 2013. And then things that he needs to work on in the offseason. So, certain things he needs to get better on. So when we see him again in February, when we start our coaches stations, those guys are already working on that. And then spring ball, they have that accomplished. And so sometimes you need to get bigger. Sometimes it's, you need to spend more time understanding what we're trying to do. So a lot of that. And then from a coaching standpoint, we'll begin to break down the season, the things that we liked about this season, things that we did not like about this season, and what we'll do is kind of create our textbook, and we'll kind of install that in February, and begin to break down our base stuff of what we're going to do in 2014, and then we'll grade each individual guy. And, our grading system is pretty simple. 4 meaning that we can win a national championship with this guy. 3 meaning we can win a conference championship with him. 2 meaning he can be a contributor. And then 1, we probably need to get somebody better. So those are the different things. We'll grade each guy like that and kind of look at our board and then recruiting. I mean, because that's really where it's at. And so we'll hit the road in December and try to get some more guys in here based on what we graded everybody at, and so January becomes a month of getting recruits in here and recruiting weekends, and at the same time we got the coaches convention in January, and so it's about developing the coaches, getting better. I spend some time going around the country, spending time with other head coaches that I know, and kind of telling my experiences of what I went through, and try to get ideas, and the coordinators and assistant coaches do the same thing, and then we'll come back together and try to figure out what we're gonna do. As far as the football team, what I want to do is I really want to focus on the mind, because I think the mentality is where we need to grow. The mindset, and so we'll work on that with the guys. I'm thinking about bringing in a military group and the Rangers and begin to build that team chemistry, hardcore, stuff that that you got to really think when you're going through difficult times, and you got to really depend on your teammate to do that. And so that's what we'll do headed up to spring ball. So we got a lot of work to do here in the next 3 months.
Coach, your team definitely had their mind right going into the game last weekend against Old Dominion, the first ever FBS opponent. This was a Campbell team, your Campbell team, that led late in the first quarter, had a chance to lead in the second quarter, and had the crowd on its feet with a fourth down play in the fourth quarter. Your guys played well. They were in it from beginning to end.
Well, I try to simplify it and not worry about who we was playing or where we was playing. It was really about the fact of each individual guy do your job. You have to beat that guy more than he beat you. And that's really football. If you can simplify it down to that, I think then you get away from thinking about, it's ODU, it's FBS, it's big, 20,000 people. You get away from all that, and it's really just me beating that guy, doing my job. And that's how we did it. And we went in with that mindset and really competed. And that's really what we wanted to see. And unfortunately, we had 4 opportunities down in the scoring zone, and we didn't cash in on anything. And so, we cash in on them. We might be playing some extra innings. So that's really what you look at, and excited about how the guys competed. And now they know that no matter who's on the field, they can compete.
Here's the highlights from this past weekend in Norfolk. Campbell gets the opening kick, puts together a 13-play, 65-yard drive. Jordan Hildreth with the catch here. And later, Keith Goss in from 2 yards. CU leads at Old Dominion 7-0. Very next Campbell drive. Check out the blocking on this screen pass to Kurt Odom. Kurt stays on his feet, 42 yards into Old Dominion territory as the game tied at 7. Later in the drive, Brian Hudson finds A.J. Artis, sets up a field goal attempt, which is blocked. Second quarter, Campbell is on the move again. Austin Fleming, the quarterback, turned tight end with the catch. Then Deshaun Jones. Jones here breaking tackles for a 26-yard run. Gets Campbell into the red zone again, but ODU would block another field goal. Campbell down 21-7 at the half. Third quarter, Keith Goss, full speed ahead. This 23-yard run sets up another Campbell touchdown. The play of the day, Brian Hudson on the scramble, off his back foot, and watch the juggling catch by Jordan Hildreth. Worth another look. Campbell racks up 422 yards of total offense. Hudson sets the single-season passing record in the loss. Your attention turns now back to the PFL, your final game of the regular season. You go on the road to Davidson. What do you know about this Wildcat team?
Well, man, they feisty. I mean, it's just like us. I mean, we are both in the same position as far as getting a new head coach, trying to change the mentality of a team that didn't do so well the year before, trying to get young guys to get in and understand how to play together, putting in a new system. We're very similar. I mean, we can look in the mirror and mirror one another. And so these guys play hard, they compete. And we do the same. So it's really going to come down to execution. Talent-wise, I think we're very similar to one another. So I don't think one going to out-talent the other. So it's really going to come down to what team show up and what team execute for 4 quarters, and who wanted more at the end of the day. And so hopefully, Campbell wanted more than Davidson.
This is our last show of the regular football season. It has been a blast, and our favorite segment is what we will end with, the Ask Coach Mike segment. You can still post your questions to Twitter, #AskCoachMike, and also on the Campbell Athletics Facebook page. We'll keep all those together, and next season have some of them for Coach Mike as well. So many people help not only on this segment but on the whole show. Caitlin Clark, who has put it together, Bill Priestley, and Emily McIntosh, who has been behind the camera. So we're letting her put in your Ask Coach Mike question. She's got a tough one for you, Coach. Being in the NFL, going to all those NFL cities, eating all those fancy meals. What's the best meal, best restaurant that was out there that you can remember?
Well, I don't know the name of the restaurant, right? But I think everybody gonna understand when I say it. when we went to Philadelphia, and you know how famous the Philly cheesesteaks are. And so I wanted to taste it. Yeah, and I think we were playing them in the NFC Championship game, and so I you know, being a captain, we got a day there earlier with the head coach to do the media stuff, and so we went to go get one of them famous Philly cheesesteaks, and it was the greatest thing I ever ate, man. That stuff was really good. So I remember that more than anything else was a Philly cheesesteak.
And then you ended up beating them and going to the Super Bowl.
That's right. It was a cheesesteak.
A heck of a week, and boy, it's been so much fun with you. Thank you, Coach, for visiting with every week. We will take about a 9-month break until we show up next August as Campbell will get set to take on Charlotte. It's been fun. Keep up with us at GoCamels.com in the offseason, and we'll talk to you as well at Spring Ball. For head coach Mike Minter, I'm Chris Haymeyer saying so long, and thanks for watching this season on This Week in Campbell Football.